Hi, this is Attila Eştalı reporting live from Middle East. Well, not, from the hot spots, but from Istanbul, Turkey, which is also Middle East. Today I'm going to talk about the spreading Gaza war. It's all part of the Gaza war. Iran is now involved. Lebanon and Houthis are involved. And I'm going to answer the question how these developments are going to affect Turkish politics and economy. And is there any way for Turkey to be physically involved in the spreading war, officially, physically? I already said that. The reason I'm mumbling is because today I was going to drop a video about Turkish financial assets, but last night, that's Monday night, the day Trump won Iowa, Iran officially attacked American and Israeli targets, alleged American and Israeli targets in northern Iraq, in the Kurdish region. Israel hit Syria once again. Houthis attacked American, both civilian and naval assets. In other words, what started as a very local and painful war with the brutal Hamas attack on Israeli civilians have first become a full-scale Gaza war, genocide, I'm really sorry, judging by the number of civilians being killed by Israeli defense forces. It then spread to the West Bank, about which we hear nothing, but where allegedly Israeli settlers are using a little bit of ethnic cleansing to get rid of Palestinians. Hezbollah and Iran started throwing missiles, lobbing missiles at each other. Then Syria, Iraq, and now Iran got involved. I am afraid it's not going to stop there. When a country like Iran attacks and officially owns up to the attack on American military assets, when, guerrillas at best, like Houthis, attack American naval assets, United States have to respond, otherwise it will lose street credibility. The good thing about Middle East that no one except Netanyahu wants war. But things are climbing and ratcheting up, and in these type of episodes, the likelihood of something going so wrong that the red lines of one of the main actors being breached is becoming a possibility. I think the Iranian attack on northern Iraq targets was a polite reminder to Israel and to United States not to antagonize Iran anymore. In particular, Iran may be worried that Israel is about to get Hezbollah, which would lead to all-out war, and the United States would get involved. This is a polite reminder from Tehran, don't do that. So at this point, I need to tell you whether it's possible at all that Turkey will get involved in a physical capacity. And then, of course, finally, I'm going to discuss how it might affect Turkish economy, focusing on bad case scenarios. Well, as you might know from my previous videos or from just general Turkey news, that Mr. Erdogan is not only an avid supporter of Hamas, but also now Houthis. He thinks America and UK, by attacking Houthis, made a huge mistake and committed a crime against humanity. Words that come easy to Mr. Erdogan's mouth. And now, if Iran is attacked, I'm sure Erdogan will also raise his voice one more. It also happens that in the next 3 months, Turkey will have a very critical municipal election, which increases the level of jingoism. Mr. Erdogan may not stop by loudly criticizing United States and Israel. For instance, Turkey may impose trade sanctions on Israel, completely stop trade, stop exports, stop imports. Israel also already wants its citizens not to travel to Turkey. That's a hit for Turkey. Also, Iran and the Kurdish region of Iraq are important trade partners for Turkey, and anything that reduces their economic welfare is bad for Turkish exports and tourism. Interestingly, Iraqi Kurds are the leading buyers of Turkish homes among non-residents. But it doesn't stop there. Last week, a PKK raid in northern Iraq killed 9 Turkish soldiers and wounded 15. Overall, in the last month, the terror organization PKK killed 21 Turkish military personnel. Now, Turkey rightly suspects that PKK's main base is not in the Iraqi mountain of Kandil anymore, but among the Syrian Kurdish entity which inhabits the region to the northeast of the Euphrates River, called PYD-YPG. It is a possibility, this is my speculation, that if the war escalates further, Erdogan will use the opportunity to stage another invasion campaign in the Syrian Kurdish region to grab more territory and to push PKK further back to the desert area. That, of course, is going to extremely annoy the United States, which has a deal with Syrian Kurds to fight the remnants of IŞİD. A second way Turkey can get involved also involves Syria. Now, Turkey wants to make peace with Assad so that roughly 4.5 million Syrian refugees in Turkey, which are becoming a social and economic problem, would return to their countries. Assad doesn't want to discuss peace with Turkey before Turkish soldiers and their proxies leave Syrian soil. Now, look at it from the perspective of Ankara's military strategist. Putin is busy in Ukraine. United States is busy with Iran. Iran has fewer resources to spend on defending Assad, so why not start something in the contested province of Idlib to use either Turkish military assets or Turkish military proxies to attack Assad's land and targets to bring Assad to the peace table. Of course, all of these things are extremely costly. Also, at times like these, Turkey has been the stage for many terror attacks by PKK as well as by Islamist elements in Syria. Of course, for some reason, everything that Israel does is blamed on the United States in Turkey. That's not an issue I'm going to dig deep in this video. It's wrong to a large extent. I think Biden is trying to stop Netanyahu without any success. But nevertheless, this is a fact. If Israel kills a Palestinian, it's actually America who killed that Palestinian. Which means that our existing problems, such as ratifying Swedish membership to NATO and our $20 billion F-16 order from the United States, are now in deeper jeopardy. And of course, when Turkey and United States administrations fight publicly, that's bad news for foreign investment flows, because foreign investors really care whether a country's government gets along well with their host government. So there is a whole sort of like a spider's web of spillover effects that can affect Turkey in the negative ways and cause Turkey's military involvement in neighboring countries, which is never a good news, really. Of course, the biggest deal is oil. I shot a video 2 weeks ago whereby I said Fed easing and lower oil prices will help Turkish economy. And it is, and I think I still believe that. I mean, clearly, Fed is going to probably lower interest rates by 75 basis points, European Central Bank by another 75 basis points. These reduce Turkey's financing costs. Remember, Turkey has to roll over or pay off dollar and euro debt equaling $210 billion within the next 12 months. So, Fed and ECB rate cuts reduces the cost of refinancing that debt. Also, oil prices are hugely important to Turkey, including petrochemicals, which are oil derivatives. Turkey's total imports in hydrocarbons was in excess of $100 billion. It explains a lot of our trade deficit. So we're extremely sensitive to oil prices. So far, oil prices have not reacted to Houthi attacks in the Bay of Aden. But in bad case scenarios, Iran or its proxies start striking Saudi Arabia assets, Kuwaiti, Qatari assets, they are in good shape with Qatar. Kuwaiti assets, The Suez Canal is closed to traffic. Oil tankers are being struck by Houthi rebels or by unknown third parties in the vicinity of the Arabian Peninsula. Now, I read a couple of reports. I don't want to cite sources because I probably cite the wrong names, but this year Brent is expected to average $80 per barrel, which is good for Turkey. That's disinflationary for Turkey and could slightly reduce the current account deficit. But in bad case scenarios where oil infrastructure or oil transport assets are struck, then we're talking about Brent prices ranging from $110 to $150. $110 Brent, let's say this lasts about 6 months, will add substantially to Turkish current account deficits and will have inflationary impact. How much, I don't know, because that depends how much of that oil shock the government decides to reflect to its own citizens through lowered or higher taxes. But $150 per barrel oil is lethal. It's lethal to most economies, emerging market economies in the world, but Turkey is going to be particularly affected. So, I shot a video 2 weeks ago about Turkish economy. I'm generally optimistic that things will get better, and I stick with that. But I think what happened in Iraq and the Bay of Aden 2 days before you watch this video is a significant red flag for me. I may have to change my views on Turkey and on Middle East in general. I want to thank Mesele Economy once again for helping me shoot and produce this video. And I want to thank you, my loyal viewers, staying with this tiny channel. I hope to see you soon. This is Atilla Işlara saying goodbye from Middle East.